busting my balls, Billy, okay?
I can already tell that I don't like you.
Fuck you, bust on my ball.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
It might be your first ball job.
Yeah, of course.
How long did it take for the guy to come?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Busting Balls. I'm your host, Eric Pennell. What's going on, everybody? How's life? How's your fantasy football coming, huh? How's your nice weather in your town coming? You still mowing your grass? You still getting some golfing in? You ripping it up on the fantasy football? You still getting some grab ass on your old lady and shit like that? And for some of the ladies out there, you getting your box 8, because, ain't nothing like getting your box 8, right? Yeah, I tell you this, I went down on my wife one time so much, my tongue came up pickled, That's it. I'm just cracking jokes already, coming up with a tongue, like a pickled tongue, You getting that? You getting that? All right, everybody. It looks like Breonna Taylor's mom has came out and said that the system has failed Breonna. It's the system's fault. Did you guys know that it's the system's fault that they failed Breonna Taylor? Did you know that? Say her name, right? Say her name. Yeah, it had nothing to do with that. She just obviously had liked being around drug dealers and fucking gangsters. Nothing like that, but it's the system's fault. And these people eat this shit up. You know what I'm saying? They eat it up. Nothing like this, where it's, that in 2016 they find a body in a rental car that she fucking rented. Yeah, the document also alleged that back in 2016, the body of Fernandez Bowman was found in a car rented by Breonna Taylor. When LMPD, which that must be Louisville or something like that, detectives arrive at Taylor's home to question her, Glover was there, which is, I guess, her boyfriend guy. Taylor told the detectives she did not know Bowman, that she had been dating Glover for several months, and that he had let him drive the rental car. Her boyfriend. So give me a break here. All right, this ain't no little sweetie right here. But then it makes sense when LeBron James was saying, because I wasn't paying attention to this whole thing, because there's, when it comes to criminals, I don't want to fucking pay attention to them, all right? And I know people go, she was a good young lady. Like LeBron James saying, this was a good woman, good young woman that was, she was on track to getting her life. And shut the fuck up. Is that a good person that you rent a car and you have a dead body in the car that you rent? And I know she goes, oh, that's her boyfriend. Are you fucking kidding me? How naive and stupid are people? Could you imagine anybody that fucking would date somebody and they would be a murderer? Or could you imagine dating anybody and you rent a car for them? They go, okay, can I take your car down the street to go get some, chicken tenders or something like that? Go get some, chicken wings and a soda. And then somehow a dead body ends up in the trunk. And then you stay with this guy. This is in 2016 that she's hanging out with guys like this. Give me a break, man. I mean, the media and like asshole idiots might want to sell you on shit like this, but I ain't fucking believing it, okay? Regardless if she was trying to get a fucking job in a certain profession, that doesn't make you shit, okay? I don't care about that. Because there's plenty of professionals that are scumbags too, which she wasn't a professional. She was an EMT in 16, and I don't think after this whole incident with the fucking body in the car, that puts the kebabs on that. So regardless, and yeah, should she have been shot? Probably not. Should she be hanging out with drug dealers and like fucking, that are wanted people? Probably not. But guess what? That's what happens when you hang out with fucking people like that. You put yourself in situations like that. Look, man, I'm a grown-ass man. And people that are listening to this are grown-ass people too. You can't fuck with certain people anymore that were your buddies or like maybe somebody you're dating and stuff like that because you just can't fuck with them no more. That was like one of the first lessons that I've learned as like a young man, where it was like kids in my neighborhood that that once we become young guys when we're like, 19, 22, around those ages, 24, that they start, getting into coke a little bit, getting into, a little rougher around the edge shit where you have to make a decision where you go, I can't fuck with you no more. And, and I've had friends that in those days and over the years go, why can't you fuck with me, basically? And I go, dude, I can't go down that road with you. Okay, I can't be in a room with you. Okay, because you might put me in a room that's going to put me in a bad situation that I might not be able to walk out of, or I'm going to step in shit and I'm gonna have to answer or pay for that. But nobody has any responsibility for anything. You just want to point the finger. They gave this lady's mother $12 million. First of all, the fucking guy. They said that everything about this story was a fucking lie, and you've seen it on social media, but people just go with the lies. Like, they're just rioting over lies. That's all they do. You just get lies and you go, we're rioting because there's another black person that got murdered. And nothing against, look, man, when it's wrong, it's wrong. When it's right, it's right. Give me a fucking break. You know, dude, these people are defending. I don't understand this. They got a warrant for this. They come to this place, and it was no knock warrant. They knocked on the fucking door. They had neighbors that were out there that fucking were witnesses to that they knocked on the door. And then they bust in there. The fucking boyfriend guy shoots a fucking cop. First of all, who the fuck are you hanging out with that's just shooting? That's just shooting. And I know people go, oh, what about all the white people with all the... Shut the fuck up. They were saying police. When you hear police, do you think to grab a fucking gun and start shooting it at the fucking police? And I know they go, well, in the drug dealer world, people bust in and they say police and they're really not drug... I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about that. Don't be in that fucking world, okay? Don't be in that world. And then when you shoot at somebody that is a real cop, and then that real cop shoots back and shoots your fucking girlfriend, and then that poor girl gets fucking shot, and it ain't murder. These motherfuckers need to stop saying she got murdered, because there's real people in all these cities that got murdered. There's a guy seen on fucking social media that said 70% of the people that got murdered in Louisville this year were black, and they don't say nothing about those fucking names, little kids and all. They don't say nothing about that, but they say something about this chick right here that's fucking, hanging out in trap houses with these fucking, these gangsters. Give me a break. And then people defend them. And it's just like, and they riot and they fucking, they burn like real fucking, citizens' businesses and shit. Give me a break, man. That fucking society, give me a break. The system's failed Breonna. How about you failed fucking Breonna? You're a fucking mom. Stop pointing fucking fingers at people, bitch. Your fucking daughter, if you raised her better, maybe she wouldn't be hanging out with gangster from gangster, you fucking cunt. Nobody ever brings this shit up because nobody wants to say shit against black people because it sounds fucking racist, which it's not, because skin color shouldn't fucking matter. When you criticize somebody else, I don't know why they put the skin color right in front. It's a fucking human, and you're just criticizing a fucking human. But now they play the fucking I'm on skin color teams and stuff like that. The problem is with skin color teams is when you get on a fucking skin color team and you stay on it and you stay loyal to the skin color team, dude, when that skin color that you're on the team with does completely wrong and you fucking defend it just because you're on that, how are we going to get right and wrong out of that? You know what I'm saying? How are we going to, why don't we just do with good, bad, right, wrong, good, evil, and then there's some there's some gray areas and shit. I get that. But give me a fucking break. The system failed Breonna, says her mom. Shut up, bitch. You failed your fucking daughter. You didn't raise her better enough to know not to fucking hang out with fucking drug dealers and fuck all these drug dealers. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break. This lady has been around drugs for fucking years, man. If you read the fucking, you read the fucking pages of what they got like 39 pages you could fucking read that got leaked. This is ridiculous. She's hanging around thugs. And you know what? It happens, man. Like I said, you don't fucking date bad people. And I know, oh yeah. You know what's crazy is the fucking cops are getting prosecuted, some of those cops that are getting prosecuted. But the guy that shot the cop, I'm pretty sure he ain't get nothing. How the fuck do you shoot a cop when they bust in saying, police, we got a fucking warrant? He shoots the cop. He doesn't get any time. And now they're trying to prosecute the cops. That's where we're at? Dude, law is no more law. Like, law isn't really law anymore. It's a bizarro world, and I don't understand it, man. And the problem is with all this bullshit now, because if you've lived any life, you realize that the rich elite, meaning like politicians and then rich people up there, up there in that status, and a lot of times the rich people become politicians because they just know that's how you can get more power and shit. And they never go to jail. Like, they hardly ever go to jail. Like when the governor of Illinois went to jail, Blagojevich, like it was real surprised to see like governors go to jail and stuff. But that was a Barack Obama fucking thing that he wasn't playing ball with them and they go, fuck him, he's got to go type talk. And you know, so those elites never go to jail. Now it's getting to the point where, you know, I'm not saying it's certain skin colors, but it's certain people that, you know, that are in a certain level down there. Like, look at this. This guy's not going to jail. So then the people in the middle, which is most citizens, that they go, look, I obey the laws. I don't want to be a bad citizen. I just want to stay in line and not have any trouble. With shit like this, when the elites and then others they see get away with this shit, isn't it just going to make it where people go, fuck it then? Why not? Why not? Let's break more laws. And then what happens with this country when you have that? What happens? Like, what happens to the country after, you know, we just don't, you know, nobody cares about the Constitution anymore. Like, the Constitution ain't shit. Like they're throwing out the First Amendment like it's nothing. Like, you know, because now everything's online. So now the owners of online, they're patrolling your words, or you won't, you know, if you say the wrong thing, nobody will hear those words because they own online. That's where the majority of the words are at. I mean, of course, you could be on a street corner, but you're only going to cross what, fucking 15 to fucking 80 people, depending on wherever you're at in amount of time. I mean, online, you could put something out and 17,000 people can see it in 2 hours, you know, and they're patrolling, you know, the First Amendment on that, where they're just putting a kibosh on that. Second Amendment, they clearly want to get rid of that. They clearly want to get rid of that. First of all, they want to get rid of the cops and they want to get rid of the guns. But then what's that leave? What the fuck are we supposed to do then? Because dude, during these riots in some of these towns, the cops can't even come to your fucking house. They're dealing with other fucking problems. They're not trying to come to your house on time because you got some beef with your fucking neighbor and they're flashing lights in there. So then those people come out with fucking guns that own the house and they go, get the fuck out of here. Then they're pressing charges on people like that, like the damn St. Louis couple. That St. Louis couple, they didn't shoot bullets at us. You know, the media clowns them. All the left clowns them. They become Karens type fucking talk. But it's like they're basically saying they're grabbing their guns because the cops wouldn't come and they go, get the fuck off our property. Otherwise, I'm going to put a fucking bullet up your asshole, cunt. But now even those people from St. Louis, they were trying to, I still think they're trying to take him to court. I think the governor said, look, once it gets to a higher point, we ain't going to prosecute them. So I don't know why they're doing this. But so now, I mean, what is a law anymore? What is it? Does it even matter anymore? Because, dude, this is look, man, the girl shouldn't have died, but she shouldn't be fucking with fucking gangsters. Because when you hang with gangsters, guess what? You're bringing wild cards into your life. I mean, that's a life lesson that everybody learns. Like I said, when I was at a certain age, you learn, like, hey, I can't be in a room with you guys no more. Why? Because you're a wild card. I can't bring a wild card in my life. That's why you can't do that. That's why I always talk about wild cards. Like, you know, like you better watch bringing a wild card in your life. And people go, what do you mean? I mean, what I mean, like, you might want to watch banging a chick on the side or banging a dude on the side, you know? And, you know, because you're bringing a wild card in your life, especially if you're in like a relationship or something like that. Or like my old podcast buddy, Pat Kelly, was a polygamist. And I'm doing air quotes right now, a polygamist, and he was bringing other people into his relationship. And I told him on those podcasts, hey, you better watch bringing somebody else into your relationship, you know, because you got a relationship with somebody you care about, and you're bringing a real wild card into your relationship that might ruin your relationship. This chick hanging out with gangsters is bringing wild cards into her life, meaning like you don't know how it's going to go. You don't know which way this is going to go. And I know people go, that's life. Shut the fuck up. You know what I fucking mean, okay? This chick was hanging out in rooms with criminals, okay, that are wanted, all right? It's a bad move, all right? Just like George Floyd, the guy's trying to pass fucking money. That is fake. That's criminal activity. That's a law. We have to have that. Otherwise, what are you doing? Promoting fucking people making fake money and trying to pass it around? What if you own a fucking business? What if you're a contractor and you build some steps, you put some siding on a house, you put a fucking gutter on a house, and that fucking asshole tries to pass you, the homeowner tries to pass you fake money. Then you call the cops and then they show it. Give me a fucking break. I can't even believe I have to explain this on podcasts because people are on the skin color team. They're not on the good, bad, right, wrong fucking team. That you got to be on this side and always defend them, even if it's fucking stupid, ignorant thoughts. You know, George Floyd, look, man, should he have died too? Maybe, no. Should he be fucking slamming fentanyl in his fucking mouth and, you know, and trying to pass fucking, you know, money that's fake? No. The fucking Jacob fucking whatever his name is. I know too many fucking criminals' names. I'm so sick of this. You know why? Because then you got to know their name, because then these fucking idiots get behind the whole brainwashed idea that they got, and then they burn down cities. And then I'm concerned about the people in these cities. You know, these taxpayers, these people that are trying to take their, put their kids in better schools and raise families. Why these fucking idiots are burning down towns. Just like the Jacob guy, that it's like, look, man, if your kid's in a fucking car, that's part of the story. I don't know. I think his kid was in the car, and he goes, they ain't going to shoot me with my kids in the car. Maybe as a father, you shouldn't fucking act like that with your kids in a fucking car. You ever think about that? Nobody's talking about that shit. You ever think about that? Yeah. As he had cases on him from another woman that was calling on him, and then the cops show up because of that. You think the cops just pulled this motherfucker over and said, "Hey, let's sniff up your asshole"? But people don't want to hear that because they're on America's so racist, and that's all they want to hear. They think America's racism's our biggest problem, which is a fucking lie. I live in Chicagoland, and we have fucking 580 murders in this town, and guess what? 80% of those 580 people murdered, 80% of them are black. How about that? You're going to talk about like when the black community says racism is our biggest problem, and the left and the Democrats always say that racism is our biggest problem. That ain't our biggest problem. There's probably 430 people in this town in Chicago that have been murdered this year that are black, and nobody ever brings it up. And the reason I got to bring it up is because it's these ridiculous propaganda that they're fucking throwing down your throat that racism is our biggest problem. It's not our biggest problem. Okay, locally, that's our biggest problem. What do you think Chicago's known for? Shooting and murder. Shooting and murder. I used to be in the hotel business for a lot of years. I would have people checking in at the desk, and they from Iowa or from fucking Kentucky, and they would tell me like, "Oh, we told our friends we were coming to Chicago, and they were worried about us." I go, "Yeah, just don't go over here, don't go over there, and just keep your fucking head up. How about that? You'll be fine." But people know about Chicago, and they know about our murder and our fucking shootings, okay? We're known for that. It's a black eye on our fucking society here, okay? And what a thought, maybe if the African American community would not have 80 fucking percent of the people murdered in this town be them, maybe as a PR stunt, that would be a little bit better PR for the African American community. How about that? Is that a good thought? No, nobody wants to talk about that. No, you want to fucking do catchphrases like goddamn, like food deserts and shit like that, but don't even get me on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't get, and also segregation. It's all segregation. Yeah, who the fuck wants to live in a fucking neighborhood that has 50 murders in it? Segregation? It ain't segregation. Nobody wants to fucking move and live in a fucking neighborhood unless you're poor and you get in Section 8 over there, or you fucking were grown up in that neighborhood and you feel comfortable in that neighborhood. Nobody wants to live in that fucking neighborhood. We need to stop playing skin color fucking politics, man. And it's the media that does it. The media that fucking does it, you know? And dude, smart people know what the fuck's up, okay? And not saying there ain't racism. Yeah, of course. I have to say it every other fucking podcast that there's fucking, you're never going to get rid of all the idiots, okay? You're never going to get 100% of the idiots you're never going to get rid of all of the idiots, okay? It's going to be a sliver of idiots, and then when that idiot speaks up on social media or does something in a town, you go, look, there they are. There's the racist. No, that's a sliver of a percentage of a fucking idiot, okay? But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised that with all this fucking white privilege fucking talk, and white people are racially what's the fucking catchphrase they always say? White people are inherently racism or racist. Yeah, inherently racist because of their skin color. Okay, so they say shit like that. And, you know, and it's all this straight white male negative fucking conversations and stuff that the left has brought in and the fucking academics have brought in. Don't be surprised when you have white people and people defending white people, but white people saying, fuck you, I'm not fucking swallowing this bullshit. And then it creates more of a problem. Then they go, there's the racist. No, it ain't the racist. They're sick of you fucking villainizing them and calling them evil little devils, when they're just trying to raise their kids and be a good fucking person. And when an asshole's an asshole, they call him an asshole. And then they go, no, he's racist. No, I'm not calling him I'm not being racist. I feel like this person's being an asshole. But for people that play skin color fucking teams, it's always racist once you say any. Dude, a lot of the racists that get called out now, a lot of the racism that they talk about, it's just people talking shit about somebody. But since everything's, skin color, race with certain people, they instantly go, you're racist. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not, motherfucker. Dude, stop fucking playing this shit. Stop. You kidding me? The fucking system has failed Breonna Taylor. Give me a break. You're a shitty mom. You fucking failed your fucking daughter. Eat shit, bitch. God, I can't believe I just ran it for fucking, I don't know. What is that? 20 minutes? On fucking Breonna Taylor, every time there's a new black person that's fucking shot by the cops, and then that town fucking riots, and a U-Haul pulls up, a mysterious U-Haul pulls up, like the video that you've seen where they're just grabbing fucking these beautiful signs that are made and fucking weapons and stuff like that, and everybody runs to it, and then nobody looks into that fucking U-Haul, like who rented that thing or anything. Nobody looks into that. And they just destroy towns as they just destroy America and divide us because of our skin color, which is the most ignorant thing that there is. Oh, that's it. So I guess that's it. I mean, that's how they divide everybody up, is skin color. I guess I got to be like, every time a white person like speaks up, and even when they're ignorant, I got to be on their team. Fuck that. There ain't no fucking way. Good is good, bad is bad, right is right, wrong is wrong. Okay? Jesus Christ. Anyways, any fucking ways, I'm fantasy football. Let me talk that for a few minutes, and I'll get the fuck out of here. And right now, as I'm actually on the mic, there's a game going on right now. It's in the third quarter. It's 21-7. Dolphins are over Jacksonville. It looks like Ryan Fitzpatrick has thrown for 157 yards. 2 touchdowns, and he's doing this thing, man. And it doesn't. I guess Myles Gaskins has 14 carries for 40 yards. Not really impressive. And Jordan Howard has a touchdown. The guy's got 1 carry, 1 yard. He's definitely goal line, huh? And Devontae Parker at this point has 69 yards and 5 targets and no touchdowns, because I got him, of course, starting in my league, and 5 receptions. Thank you, buddy. But Preston Williams does have a touchdown, and so does Gesicki. Man, this Gesicki's doing pretty good, huh? This guy's got 15 yards and a fucking touchdown. Damn it. And then if you look on the other end of it, James Robinson, the running back for Jacksonville, has 10 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Not bad. And then he also has 3 receptions, 41 yards. That guy's doing really well with 3 targets right there. And, yeah, I mean, it's this Chenault looks like he has 4 targets. Keelan Cole, which I got my eyes on him, looks like he's got 3 targets. Yeah, but it looks like Jacksonville's going to get beat, and they're 1-1 right now, which will probably end up being 1-2. And then it looks like the Dolphins are 0-2, which will be 1-2. Wow, the Dolphins haven't won anything this year, huh? No kidding, man. I'm Owen. I tell you what, I'm doing horrible this year in fantasy. First of all, I'm not watching NFL. I'm not watching it. I'm looking off the Fantasy Pros website. I'm looking off the ESPN target leaders and the CBS fantasy app and stuff like that. And I'm just looking at target leaders, and that's about how I'm getting down. But yeah, I'm just not going to watch it and stuff, but I am doing fucking horrible. I got hitters on my team. They're just not hitting how they should be hitting. Plus I had Barkley go down on one of my main teams, and I lost last week because of him. I had fucking Mozart go down on one of my main teams, and A.J. Brown. So I got the injury blues, if you know what I mean. And but Jonathan Taylor, that guy's popping his head up, and that Jonnu Smith, he's popping his head up, and DK Metcalf really doing his thing, and then Clyde Edwards is doing his thing, and I can't complain about that. And then CeeDee Lamb, I started him last week. I'm debating if I'm going to start him this week, but it looks like CeeDee Lamb down in Dallas is doing his fizzing big time. Guys, listen, man, this is me, I guess now. I know it doesn't sound pretty every time I bring up shit like this, but it just frustrates the fuck out of me that the news and idiots are trying to divide us just over skin color. And once you live a little bit, you realize that it's the stupidest thing ever, because it means nothing. Okay, it's all character in your brain, and your behavior and your actions is and a bunch of other ingredients are the main important thing about you. All right. It has nothing to do with your skin color. Is definitely a book by its cover. And if people just want to continue to do a book by its cover, and what's crazy is how in 2020 we're still talking about this and how this is still a thing. And again, I used to never do podcasts about this. I always was just pop culture and kept it light. But there's so many fucking lies out there, and I just feel like if you don't speak up and you know, start putting yourself out there of like, look, man, this is not true. This is not completely true what you're saying here. That this country ain't going to be the same that it is today, that it's going to be in like 10 years from now. It's already changed a bunch. I don't know if you've looked around, but your Democratic Party is not, those Democrats aren't the same Democrats that your grandfather used to like. There is a lot of socialist, communists I fucking hate, a lot of other Americans, and I want to see this country very different. And I know, look, I'm not saying we have to stay the same, but this ain't no socialist country, okay? Look around and see where those socialist countries are and what they've done, and there's not a lot of innovators in there, okay? It never really takes off, and it seems like the people get the regular citizens get the raw end of the stick, man, and I just can't sit by and not say anything about it. You know, I just can't do it anymore. So it doesn't always come out pretty, and I don't like, you know, saying things like this, and I really don't want to do it. It's very forcing me to do this, but I tell you what, I encourage you to speak up, man, because you know, look around, dude. Look around. If you let other people speak up, there ain't gonna be enough people speaking up. But if we all speak up, that silent majority shit won't be silent anymore. And then that's how these fucking dirty politicians listen, and they back off, and they fuck, because all they're doing is putting their finger up and blowing and putting their, see which way the wind's blowing. And the only people that are blowing anything in the wind are the crazy radicals and the people that are screaming a lot. And I tell you what, we have to fight it. We have to fight it with fucking, you know, better thinking and smarter thinking and believing in people and believing in America. And Bustin' Balls Podcast on Instagram, Bustin' Balls Podcast on TikTok, Eric Pennell Comedy on Instagram. And guys, thank you for listening.